I'm Don Wadewitz, and this is a look inside the Warhawks with Warhawks head women's basketball coach Keri Carollo. Brought to you by American Family Insurance agent Kyle Danielson in Fort Atkinson, Burtness Chevrolet Buick GMC, and Burtness Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Whitewater, and Cook Logistics in Delavan, where every shipment is important and every mile matters. Coach Carollo, we get to talk under happier terms this time after having a little hiccup there for 3 games with Stevens Point Stout and a tough loss to Oshkosh in overtime. Your team has rebounded nicely with 3 straight wins in the WIAC, heading into kind of that gauntlet of those 3 teams again. What is it that you've seen as the turnaround for this 3-game stretch?
Well, I know that the Oshkosh loss was tough, but I think it did give us a lot of confidence that we can play with anyone. And, I think that they look back at that game and they're a little disappointed in the outcome, but also giving them some encouragement that they can play in close games and win those close games. I mean, we just did it again on Saturday with UW-Lacrosse, which was a nail biter at the end. Just, gaining more confidence, believing in the system and what we're doing and really trusting in that and trusting in each other. Been really great to see. And I just give our team a lot of credit. They're super resilient. I mean, they don't really let a whole lot bother them. You just never know how teams are going to bounce out of those kinds of situations or if they are at all. And I really felt like our team did a great job coming in the next day in practice and getting to work and not really worrying about what had happened, but really focusing more on what was to come. And so we've been able to play great basketball for these last 3 games, and I hope it continues.
Looking at the stats, one thing I've noticed, your rebounds in the last 4 games have been up, turnovers down, steals have also been down. Has there been adjustment in kind of your philosophy for the team, especially when I'm looking at kind of the rebounds and steals on where to focus some energy?
Yeah, we really have. We've really put all of our energy into making sure we're trying to limit teams to one shot. So that's where you're going to see the rebounding progress. And then also making sure we're keeping teams off the foul line. So just really playing much more disciplined basketball, maybe not leaning and reaching for that opportunity steal and not gambling, I guess you could say, in those situations, but making sure that we're playing a little bit more disciplined defensive style. And so that's probably why you see those steals kind of reduced there, is that we're really just trying to make teams shoot over us, make them take tough shots, not foul in those situations, and then get those rebounds so that we can then transition that into scoring opportunities on the other end.
Is that something as a coach that you see those and you decide you need to make those adjustments, mid-season based on maybe personnel or what the strengths end up being of the players that once they're out on the court and you see them in that game action?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we never give up on our press. We work on it just about every day in practice, but we do have teams that sometimes it just doesn't click. Like they just don't read each other well. It's not a black and white type of defense where it's, if it's this, it's this. It's all read and react. And sometimes our teams it just doesn't click for them early. So that's why you haven't seen us pressing a whole lot this year. You know me, I'm never going to give up on that full court pressure and making teams have to manage that. And we have had to use it in some close games, and it's really actually helped us a lot. Just change the pace of the game. Sometimes you just need to change something defensively to give a team a different look. And so that's always going to be our go-to. But yeah, just, this team needs to be disciplined. They need to sit down. They need to not foul. And we have found that has given us a lot of success.
A lot of road games coming up for this UW-Whitewater women's basketball squad. A chance to see them at home. Mark your calendars. Couple days before Valentine's Day, February 12th, against UW-Lacrosse at the Ketchel Gymnasium. That a 7 o'clock start. You can find out more, uwwsports.com. Coach Carollo, thank you for your time and good luck over this next stretch.
Thanks, Don. Thanks for having me.
This was a look inside the Warhawks, brought to you by American Family Insurance agent Kyle Danielson in Fort Atkinson, Burtness Chevrolet Buick GMC, and Burtness Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Whitewater, and Cook Logistics in Delavan, where every shipment is important and every mile matters.